I'm Richie Chong, and this is Crash Course Pharmacy. Today, we'll be learning about the 4 different types of microorganisms. Have you ever wondered, why am I sick all the time? Being sick sucks. Well, in the next 5 minutes, hopefully, I'll be able to answer your questions. The first type of microorganism we have is the bacteria. Now, bacteria are single-celled organisms, and there's 3 types of them actually. The first type right here is the spherical shape. Second type is the rod-shaped, and the third type is the spiral shape. Now, not all bacteria is bad. We usually see bacteria as a bad thing, but bacteria is usually seen in vaccines. And vaccines are pretty good for you. I'll say that much. But they could also cause stuff like cavities. The second type of microorganism is the virus. Now, viruses are not even a full cell. They are not like bacteria or the other 2 that are coming up. Viruses need to live inside of something to stay alive. One virus that's going on right now that everyone's afraid of is the coronavirus. The third microorganism we're going to be covering today is the fungi. And yeah, it is pronounced fungi.
Fungi.
If you pronounce it fungi, I'm not going to judge you, but you're kind of wrong. So fungi are plant-like organisms that like to feast on plants, foods, and generally wet, damp areas. One example of a fungi is athlete's foot, which I am not going to show because that's kind of gross. You're welcome. The fourth and final microorganism we're going to be covering today is the protozoa. Protozoa are an interesting type. They're single-celled organisms like bacteria, but they have a cell structure and a nucleus which is more similar to a human cell and a plant cell. Now, a protozoa can also be a parasite. Not all protozoa are parasites, but some protozoa can be parasites. One example of that is the protozoa responsible for malaria. Congratulations. You just learned about the 4 different microorganism types: the bacteria, the virus, the fungi, and the protozoa. Now stay tuned for a special preview of Hollywood's #1 movie, Man vs. Bacteria. See you there.
Yo. Hey, what's good?
Hey, what are you doing?
What's
Huh?
good?
What's
What's
up?
good?
Huh?
What's
What are
good?
you doing?
What's good?
As you can see here, we have the bacteria. He is trying to fight the human for control of the immune system. Ready?
Oh.
As you can see, the bacteria lost. It was a one-on-one fight, but the human had a stronger immune system.
This will not be the end.
Go.
Bacteria, assemble. Go!
Alright, enemy. Now, as you can see, when the bacteria are in many numbers, they can outpower the human and make him sick. But, with the help of our trusty vaccine here, he can make that all go away.
Jacob, what are you doing? But don't worry, with me and the vaccine, we can beat any disease. We can beat polio.
Now, as you can see, the vaccine and the human have triumphed over the bacteria. Alright, let's begin with our last topic. What is sterilization? Sterilization is the process of making something free of bacteria or other living microorganisms. The 5 types of sterilization are: number 1, heat sterilization. The advantages include that it's economical, effective, readily available, and easily controllable. But the disadvantages include that it's not as effective against fungi or viruses. I know I said fungi. I know. Takes up too much space, and it's hard to train people to use. Second up, we have dry heat sterilization, and it eradicates all microorganisms, but the disadvantages are that you must maintain a 170 degrees Celsius temperature within the dry heat sterilizer. Third up, we have the mechanical sterilization. The advantages include that it's great for heat-sensitive material, such as culture media, but it doesn't actually kill the microbes, it more just removes them. And culture media is these petri dish looking things right here with bacteria on them. And it's, like I said, a filtration device more than a sterilization device. Next up, we have the gas sterilization. And gas sterilization, the advantages include that it can sterilize heat or moisture sensitive medical equipment without harmful effects on the material used. The disadvantages include the gas being used is highly flammable, so you got to be careful here. And it's only used in large institutions or manufacturing companies. In the picture here, we have an EO, or ethylene oxide gas sterilizer. And lastly, we have chemical sterilization. Advantages include that it's affordable and can be found in everyday items, such as chlorinated bleach. And the disadvantages include that it doesn't completely sterilize anything, but it more reduces the amount of microorganisms on an object to a safe level. That's all for Crash Course Pharmacy today. Crash Course Pharmacy is directed by no one. Special thanks to Janine Lee up here. She helped me film the entire fight scene for Man vs. Bacteria. And special thank you to all my actors in Man vs. Bacteria as well. One final thank you to Mr. S, the entire Pharmacy Tech class, and especially my 3 group members, Timothy, Chanel, and Brianna, for working so well with me and making this class a fun one. Hope you enjoyed watching. See you.